Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Zooter. As you can see here, we're apparently walking on air in the middle of the Death Mountain. Anyways, in our last episode, we were starting to run into a little bit of trouble. We couldn't find anything to do, any way to progress. So I actually went off camera searching around for stuff we missed. Actually, turns out we did miss a thing or two in Goron City, so we're just heading there now. Anyways, it's sorry, I have like a lozenge in my mouth, so I'll try to speak clearly and not have it like try not to sound muffled. My sore throat came back. And I just made an episode saying I said that it was gone, but it's back, which is strange. Anyways, I was man, I don't even remember what I was gonna say. I think I was gonna bring up the New Year because it's like a few days after Christmas, and I'm really looking forward to New Year's. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything because I have to work at like at noon on New Year's Day. I came here and we didn't even get this yet. That's Zelda's Lullaby. So we finally found Zelda's Lullaby after coming here a few times. So this opens up all the great fairies for us. Oh, and Darunia in here. I guess that means we can also do the water temple too. Anyways, I am looking forward to 2019. Like in my other episode, I want this to be my best year. I think 2018 has been one of my perfect. We got the long shot. I think 2018 has been probably my best year ever because I've got so much done. So right now I'm gonna go for all the great fairies. And I think there's something can we do there's something we missed in here that we need the Zelda's Lullaby for, but I think it's as an adult, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it ought to be. Anyways, I hope the 2019 is a great year for all you guys too. I don't know where I'm gonna be. Like, hopefully, I always like try to plan on what I'm gonna be doing. That's the Song of Time. Alright, so that works out for the water temple too. I always try to think of like what I'm gonna be doing at this time next year. I really don't want to be in Canada. I want to be in either the United States or maybe Britain or Australia. Uh, Preferably the United States or Europe because there's nothing. It's so like much bigger, more people there, so much more things to do. Canada's so boring. And I live in like the most populous region and like population density, like in one of the highest density of population, right by Toronto. I live about an hour away from Toronto. And even that, it's boring, but it's nice to go visit to Toronto because I live in like I don't really consider myself a rural living in rural. I do live in like a city with nearly 500,000 people. Um, but there's like no like skyline or anything. Did that just clip through the wall and like go into the void? But like when going to the United States, like a huge like culture shock for me. I love it. Where are the other Great Fairies in this? There's one oh there's also one in Zora's River, so I'm gonna do that one too before I turn into an adult. I mean, is there actually like a bigger bag? Oh, maybe that means that there are stuff we can buy. I thought this was the biggest bag. I don't know why they made so many giant wallets and stuff. I think that's stupid if you ask me. But I knew there was one that lets you carry up to 1,000. I knew it. I just knew it. Anyways, I'll cut to Zora's River because it's quite a ways away. Be right back. Okay, welcome back, guys. So I realized that we can actually completely finish the water temple now. So we have the long shot, we have Zelda's Lullaby, and we have all the items that we need for that one. And I also realized that since we got the wallet that lets us hold up to 1,000, I don't think that's the Giant's wallet. I think the Giant's wallet is 500, but what I might call it the Giant's wallet, just a heads up, which is the largest wallet, whatever that means. Um, like we could still try and go for those business scrubs. I'm not sure if that's something I'd want to do. I think I might just go for the water temple and then return back to them if we need to. But there's gonna be like a bunch of good stuff locked behind all these fountains. As I say that, I only get that. All right, now I'm gonna go to the ones that we can do as an adult. I think there's only two more left, so the one in I guess no, I guess there's technically three left. The two on Death Mountain, one on Death Mountain, one on in Death Mountain Crater, and then the one by Ganon's castle. So there's three left. I still want to find the Goron Tunic though. Also, where the hell are all these keys? We're still missing quite a bit of keys, including like a lot of big keys for the bosses. The only one I know that sorry, the only one that I'm sure that we have is for the water temple. Which is why I was saying we can do that one. Because we also have the long shot to get there. And also, with the Zelda's Lullaby, we can also get all the chests. So I think that I might be doing the water temple. Maybe I'll start in this episode, depending on how fast we get through these fairy fountains. But I'll try to cut out all the travel. I know that we can also buy the Goron Tunic at, I think it was the Zora's Domain that I saw it. But I had like 500 rubies and I couldn't even buy it. Ooh, another boss key. Don't know what that's for though. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this out and I'm gonna travel to Death Mountain. See you guys in a bit. Okay guys, welcome back. I actually just realized that we can only get this one, I went into the wrong room here. We can only get one fairy fountain because the one inside Death Mountain Crater where I just was, is actually locked behind boulders that you need the Megaton hammer to get through. So we can only get this one. And then we'll... I think I'm going to actually go into the fire temple because there was an area where you needed a time block. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's not picking it up. And another thing, now that we have the all the non-warpy Ocarina songs, we can actually do the frog mini game in Zora's River. One of my least favorite things to do in this entire game. I'd like to fill up on health a little bit, since we don't actually have the Goron Tunic yet. I believe there's some in here. Alright, I can't afford to waste any more time. Come on, buddy, make it, make it, make it, make it! Oh, I think I just made it with like a second or two. So whatever key we got, that was small key, was not for this one. Come on, dude. Alright, they're lost. I'm not going to bother with these anymore. So the time block is over here. But I think it might just be a Skulltula behind it, but I just want to make sure, right? For all I know, it could actually be something useful. I'm gonna try and reset my timer. Have I even gone down here yet? But I haven't even done this one yet? Thought for sure I got all the ones I could. Imagine this, like the Megaton hammer, or something useful. It's just the dungeon map. But I have a fairy in a bottle that I'm gonna use now, just to get me up to a good time. Although I think I'm only doing this one part. But I don't want to have to redo it. I also want to know which keys those were for. I wonder if it was for the Spirit Temple. Could be good. Is it for this one? Oh, we do have the big key for this one. Maybe, I think it was this one. Yeah, I remembered it. I didn't even need to check. Yeah, I reckon that was that big key that we got from the fairy temple. The fairy fountain was for this. Alright, it's just a Skulltula in here. I'm not gonna bother. There's nothing here. Alright, so now we can leave. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that frog mini game. Get that one out of the way. I really don't like doing it because it takes so long to get those frogs. To, like, at the end of it, after you play them all your Ocarina songs, you have to do like a follow the leader type game with them, and it can be really annoying. Anyways, I'm gonna cut the part of me running there as a child out, and actually I'm gonna cut out the entire game, the entire mini game, just because it's so long and I don't want this game to go too long. I'll see you in a few minutes, guys. Okay guys, I just finished up the mini game here, so we're gonna see what we got rewarded. So we definitely would have needed to do that. Another thing is, we every time you play these guys a song while you're doing the mini game, they give you 50 rubies. So we managed to make a bunch of rubies out of that from doing that too as well, which is great. I wish making money in real life was as easy as in Zelda. Literally just playing a couple songs to some frogs or swimming down Zora River. So blessed. Anyways, I kind of want to go see what those old Deku scrubs had in the last episode or two that we did. And we're pretty close to them. I think in the next episode we'll probably clear out Water Temple. I was going to do that at this episode, but I wanted to do a bunch of small things instead. Because you know, as I've said a few times before throughout the series, that I like to get the tedious stuff out of the way first. The way this seed got generated, it seems like it's designed that we have to go to each temple like 1 or 2 times before actually being able to complete it all. Which is kind of unfortunate. I don't really like doing that, but it is what it is. Man, I didn't want to buy this crap. That's all it is. Wait, why could we afford it now? Was it just Deku Seeds, maybe? Okay, and then there's the other one in Dodongo's Cavern. Maybe these things are just selling like regular items. But I always thought that the Deku Shields were a part of the randomizer. So I'm going to double check right now. I'm going to pause you again. I'm going to cut this part out. And I'm going to run to Dodongo's Cavern. So I'll see you guys there in a sec. Alright guys, welcome back. I also just realized that now that we have Zelda's Lullaby, we'll be able to completely get all the treasure chests in Spirit Temple. So I think I might head there next. I was really hoping I can make that. Kind of doubtful that this guy's going to give us anything good, but it's always good to check, right? Okay, so it was just a Deku Shield. So we're actually we've actually finished off all the business scrubs, and they didn't give us really anything. But you never know when something's locked behind them. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead to turn into an adult, and then become an adult, and then head to the Spirit Temple. Finish off what we have there. And for all we know, we could actually have um, the big key to take on the boss. And actually, I need to correct myself. So, inside the temple, we're able to get all the chests in there, but there's actually there's actually another chest outside the temple on the hands of the Desert Colossus that we couldn't reach before because we have to be a child and progress through there. But right when I was bringing this up, I remembered that we can actually get there as an adult since we have the long shot, because we can just hook onto the chest from the other hand that we already have open. So if the boss key is there, we'll be able to completely square this one away as well. Kind of sucks that we weren't able to get the shortcut up at all, though. Again, it is what it is. At least we're able to progress now. Really don't want to have to kill this wolf though. Just want to play. Get the things that we need. I think we're actually gonna have to. I really want the big Goron start. Or did it like get trapped under there? Looks to be you, Wolfos. Anyways, what was I saying? I really want the Begoran sword, yeah. That's like a game-changing item. Tries we don't have that or the double defense yet. One's like double attack, the other one's double defense. It's great. But I find in like the Legend of Zelda series, like throughout all games, I can't think of a single one that this is not true. But there's so much. They give you so much health. Like you don't need it at all. We don't need all this health. It makes the game way too easy. Wait, which way do we get on? We played on this one. All right. Hopefully we can get there without the hover boots. Yeah, no problem. So playing this opens up 2 chests, as I said before in the last episode. One on the other side, and then it actually opens up one right up here, if I recall correctly. At least that's what ING said, or IGN. So now it's going to be the moment of truth if that chest is going to be there or not. It should be. That's what IGN said. Actually, because the last time we were here, I actually couldn't remember how that chest got spawned. This is what they said. Yeah, perfect. Now we just have 2 more chests in this dungeon to do. One of which is actually outside the dungeon, on the Desert Colossus hands, where you normally get the mirror shield. No, you don't get the mirror shield. The gauntlets, the silver gauntlets for Naboru. I reckon we have to go out this way. And now that we have the long shot, we actually don't have to take forever climbing this. And just hook shot to the top panel. When I first played this game, that was like one of the most hardest things ever. And this is where you normally get the boss key for this dungeon. Oh wait, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this because we don't have the Megaton Hammer. There's like a switch that's behind all these things. I'm gonna have to see if we can like bomb them. If not, then we're gonna have to leave this. Unfortunately. Oh, sweet. Okay. I was really concerned there. I didn't think you were able to bomb the doors down. But you had to use the Megaton Hammer. I also had a little bit of trouble with this the first time around too, because I always found that the fire went out way too quickly. Looks like we didn't have a problem here. Oh, all that anxiety for nothing. Now I just need to find the way out to the outside part. I actually can't remember how to get out to the main doors. It's not through here. Through the other section of the dungeon we came from. Didn't think it was, but I guess it is. Either way, it's not like we wasted our time or anything. We just did one thing out of order. And there's not really anything. There's not really any order to it. Alright, so I reckon we're gonna have to... These guys going... Such a strange mechanic that they put in this game. I like it though. We've got all these chests. Oh, I didn't even check if we have the spirit temple key to fight the boss yet. This is actually one of my favorite bosses in the game. Oh, and we can actually finish this entire dungeon. Yeah, we can do it in this episode. No problem at all. So you can actually use the long shot. You can't do it with the hook shot because the hook shot doesn't even come close to reaching it properly. Oh, I think I might fall. Oh, because there's a way you can like hook shot onto it and it'll take you to the. It'll like make you drop. I don't know if it's quicker just to. I'm just gonna fall through. Go through the front of the temple. Before we actually would have had to come back here as a child to go through that section of the dungeon, but I just remembered that now that we have the long shot, we don't need to. I knew Darunia was going to be hiding something good. Oh, that actually means we're going to have to go through this entire dungeon. There's no way to get back up there without going to the top. At least I know the way that we have to go now. Hopefully this episode doesn't become too long. Yeah, but this is definitely like one of my favorite dungeons. It's a really cool boss, and I just love the theme. And I like using the mirror shield too. It reminds me of Wind Waker. Man, I thought I was gonna miss it. Oh yeah, we have to battle Naboru here too. Wish I kind of got a fairy before taking this on. I don't mean just this, I mean like Twin Rova as well. Be a really good time to have double defense. Oh man, I'm gonna get my ass kicked from these guys. Did that do damage? I guess it did. I guess this is doing damage. I didn't think bombs worked on these guys. Or should I say girls? It's 2018 and we finally got female representation in video games. Gamergate debunked, because we have Naboru as a Dark Knight. Gamergate debunked in like what 1993. So we have Naboru as one of literally the hardest mini bosses in the game. Actually, I don't think Dark Knights are that hard, especially not if you have the big Oran sword and double defense. Dark Link, if you don't have the Megaton hammer, is the hardest. Alright, so it doesn't look like we're going to be able to finish Twin Rova in this episode, but we will finish Naboru, the Dark Knight, just before the boss. Man, I tried to battle him. I tried to slosh him, but my controller, I know that's like the go-to excuse for all the gamers, that my controller wasn't working. I felt like mine actually didn't. And we're not even done the first phase of this guy yet. What the hell is going on? And slash him. Man, his armor has to be coming off soon. This isn't good. This is not good. I really should have made a save state before doing this, but I didn't think I was going to need one. At least we didn't have to do this one as a child, which we normally have to in the vanilla. Man, he's not slashing his sword. Oh, I guess we don't have to do the second. Oh, and I only have literally one heart left. Or more than one heart, as you can see. Are there chests here? I don't really feel like pulling out the ones of truth, but it doesn't seem like it. Seems like there would be some in here. Anyways, I'm gonna end this episode here. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of Zooter, where we will take on Twin Rova. Alright guys, see you then. Cheers.